I don't know who started it and why they still continue it, but the quickest way to turn me off in church is to start with that turn to your neighbor foolishness.
Welcome to Turn to Your Neighbor. This is the Christian Talk Show where we talk about the church, music, movies, social media, and a whole lot more. I'm Cliff, and this is Big Dre. I had everything done except that one thing.
What up, family? Hey, wait. Let's get this right here. Let's get this right here. Let's dap it up real quick. While you try to look for the air horn, boom, that's it. What up, family? What up? Neighbors! That was the best one. That was the best
That
one.
was not the best one.
Yes, it was. The air horn while holding it out like that was fire. I think that's what we need to be doing the whole time. Bro, it's been so long. I completely forgot about that lady being mad. Sister Jones. Yeah. Sister Hater.
Sister Hater.
It was Sister Hater. And so I hope she's blessed. Yo, what up, family? What up, neighbors? Why is my camera looking like trash right now in the Facebook feed, but it's looking good on this camera? I don't know what's happening.
You're frozen on Facebook.
Now I'm frozen on Facebook.
Yes,
can you see me?
You're frozen. I can see you, but you're frozen.
I'm frozen to you right now.
Yes. You are frozen. Yes.
In the feed?
And everywhere that you could be frozen, you are frozen.
Why can I see me and I'm not frozen?
I do not know.
See, this is the devil.
You're frozen to the neighbors.
Yeah, because it's trying
because I'm watching on Facebook.
Yo, okay, I'm frozen on Facebook, but in StreamYard, am I frozen?
Yes, you are.
I am. What in the world?
There you go. Now you're good. You have been released.
The devil is a liar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, neighbors, welcome. Yes. We're not playing around. We're not joking. This is the last episode of Turn to Your Neighbor as you currently know it. I'm just going to put that caveat out there. As you are accustomed to knowing it. This is the last episode. Not to say that there won't be something in the future, but as you currently know the show, have come to know the show, this is going to be the last episode. But God is still good, and we're going to have a good time while we here.
Can I do this just real quick? Because we want to get past this. Well, we're not going to get past it. How do I move the comments? I forget how I move the comments.
You click on the comment.
I didn't log in. That's hilarious. Okay. So now I can't move comments all night unless I sign out and then sign again. It says login. Anyway, so Jaquan asks, he says, I need an explanation. So to be 100% real and honest with you, there is no beef. There was no fallout. Money that doesn't, because you know how we are. That's true, people, especially when they're in church, they will fill in every single scenario.
Other duos have broken up over beef, like Deuces and Romero, right? Didn't they have beef or something?
Yes. And we have had a many-year run. And so let me just say what this 100% honestly is. It is just me, and there's a lot going on right now. I'm not getting divorced either. That sounded terrible. I'm not sick. This is going horribly. So
life is full.
Life is life. My babies is going to college. I'm doing different things at work. And so trying to be everywhere and be all things to all people. If you can ask Cliff right now, I ran into this show and I hopped on here at 8:56 because I was coming from another responsibility.
I mean, but if we being real, even when you don't have responsibilities,
really, we still hopping on. Nah, brother, I'll be here at 8:45 sometimes, son. I'll be here at 8:45 and you be looking at me crazy like, you all right? I'm like, yes, I'm all right. Yo, should I log out and log back in? Because I gotta be able to. I done messed up. I gotta be able to move the comments, man. This is gonna bother me.
You want to log out and log back in real quick? Go for it. I will entertain the news.
I don't even remember what my login is, though.
That's okay. Well, neighbors, let me tell you. So, like I said, this is the last show for a while. I'm gonna leave the door open and that we may return. The show may return in some kind of format, in some way, but it will be. I don't see that happen this calendar year. But we do appreciate all y'all hanging with us. It's been wonderful coming on here and entertaining y'all, and y'all showing us love. It's been great. So as soon as Dre comes back, we're gonna get this show popping. We'll give y'all a good last show. We're gonna bring some neighbors on in a few minutes. Here comes Dre right now. In a few minutes, I'm gonna put a link in the chat. Oh, you much better now. Everything is much better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
everything is better.
needs.
Everything is
Okay.
better. So in a few
Okay.
minutes, I'm gonna put a link in the chat so y'all can join us on stage, join us on air and hang out. But yeah, did you have anything you wanted to say? Well, we're not beefing. That's the bottom line. We
Yeah.
definitely not
Yeah.
beefing.
No, we are not. I love this brother immensely. Cliff is the EP. He runs the show. He kept us going through everything. Yes. Yeah, but no. See how quick. Let me point this out. See how quick they are to replace us. See,
Tamika
love
left
y'all,
last
but
year
but can we get
because
Tamika
she
left
was too
us? She
busy.
didn't love us.
Because she was too busy.
Tamika didn't love us. She out here getting tenured in real life. We're not gonna tell you where she's at because that's none of y'all business unless you know her in real life. But Dr. Tamika is hey, you never know what surprises we may have. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Townsend's in the building. She's already in the comments. Oh, my man Chris is in the building as well. There's so many people to shout out, dog. I'm sorry. I'm
The truth
hyper.
is, we're gonna run the show back at the top of the year. I'm replacing Dre with Anna Douglas and not Carlton Banks. And I'm joking.
Yo,
I'm joking.
good for you, brother. You
I'm
come
joking.
up. You don't come up. We finally getting money. The second our guys give away, because you
I'm
can't
joking.
afford those cats without some cash. Oh man.
So I want to start by I want to kind of let's because we gave the neighbors a reason why we taking an extended break. Let's talk about how the show started though. For the
Okay.
neighbors that don't know, because we did our first show April 3rd, 2018.
Yeah. Okay.
At that time, I mean, because you can go back on Facebook and look, at that time, so that show ended up getting 176 views, but only like 6 people liked, as usual.
Yo, why did y'all not be liking the show?
Only 6 people liked, 18 people commented. We had 18 comments on the show. So I want to start by how the show started. I want to share with the neighbors how this whole idea started. Because a lot of people don't know. Some people just think we just decided one day let's have a show. But really, do you remember what happened?
Well, I have a version. I don't know what version you're about to tell.
It started with a text message. So I'm gonna you probably remember the text message, but I'm gonna show you one of the neighbors. This is the text message that started the show. This was you just randomly texted me one day. It was like, yo, is this still your number? I was like, yeah. And basically because the Snoop had just dropped his album.
Mm-hmm.
And because Snoop had just dropped his album, you felt compelled to have a discussion about it.
Yes. And so the background of what I was going to say is Cliff had hit me with this idea of Cliff has been talking about podcasts since before podcasts were popular. So Cliff, didn't you write your thesis on podcasts?
No, it was streaming media.
Streaming media, yes. Yeah. And so this brother has been talking about he's been talking about this for a long time. He said, yo, we should do a podcast years ago. This is
when we were doing radio.
Yes.
At State College.
So we started off as doing a radio show together. Like, I don't know if y'all know what radio is, but it actually used to matter. And like terrestrial radio, you were on your dial on. It was really for people who are either getting ready for church or on their way to church. And that's what we were doing it for.
But we had the #1 gospel show in the county.
We had the only
gospel show, but we were still #1.
We were still #1. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
But yeah, so we would. How many years did we do that show?
3 maybe.
Yeah, we did that show for a while. But yes, and so Cliff was like, "Yo, we need to do podcasts." I did not know what a podcast was at the time. It was crazy. But yes, and then Snoop dropped that joint. I was like, "Yo, we gotta talk about this."
Yeah. So this is part of the text that kind of started the whole show. Basically, Dre texted me out of nowhere and said, "Let's. Do you want to?" You were right. Basically, you were right about this whole podcast thing. We need to let's get on it. Let's talk about Snoop. So we decided to do it. I want to play for you and the neighbors just the opening of the first
Oh,
show because
no.
when we launched, remember, it wasn't Turn to Your Neighbor initially. We had no name. we could initially we couldn't figure out a name. So I'm gonna play real quick, just the first opening. It's 2018, and the computer and software we were using, basically we were keeping the show together with duct tape and prayer. Uh, so the audio is not that great. I'm gonna play for you and the neighbors, just the opening of the first show. So y'all can just check it out to see where we were going, what kind of vibe we were trying to create at the time. So check this out. Hello, 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 and welcome everybody
What
out
up?
there. What's up, people? This is the show with no name.
We working on that.
We're working on that. My name is Cliff. This is my man Dre. And
What up?
this is going to be a show. We're going to talk about Christian culture, gospel music, entertainment, memes, videos, social media, all that kind of stuff. So we hope you just kind of hang with us for a while and enjoy this crazy ride that we're going to be on. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, family. It's good to be back together again.
Hello, hello, hello. So that was the first episode. That was part of the first episode.
Some things to remember. First of all, Bird Gang was represented early on this show. EAGLES. We're not going to talk about this season right now. I'm a little hurt right now. But yeah, man, it was good times from the beginning. And I was just yelling from the beginning. Just coming on there while you were trying to start stuff, just yelling.
So part of the first show, if you remember, we didn't have a name. So we did a poll on the first show, right? Do you remember what the choices were?
No, I have no clue.
The choices were because we were kind of going back and forth. What should it be? What should we do for a name? The choices were, your suggestion was Mostly Gospel as the title of the show.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a hot name. That's a hot name.
Yeah, you thought so at the time, right? Too bad nobody else thought so, right? So you thought Mostly Gospel, and we were texting back and forth, and I was like, I don't know. And so in a minute I'll talk about some of the other names we were kicking around. But then literally I was just at home and just Turn to Your Neighbor just kind of came to me. And I was like, we should call it Turn to Your Neighbor because it's the play on Christian culture, all this kind of stuff that happens at church, right? And so we did a poll from the 6 or so people that I was watching at the time. I forgot how many people. I tried to look up the poll, but the site that we did the poll on doesn't exist anymore.
Mostly family members. Mostly family members.
So the first 2 people that responded to the poll were my wife and your sister.
Yeah.
The first people responded to the poll.
True fans of the show.
True fans of the show. Oh, the OG fans, right? And so because the users voted, the listeners voted, we ended up with Turn to Your Neighbor instead of Mostly Gospel.
And then Sister Hater Girl came along many years later. So the reason why Mostly Gospel was fired because our radio show was called Totally Gospel. That was the name of the radio show.
This is the same excuse you gave in 2000.
Yo, this was freaking fire, dog. Like some of y'all don't see the vision. See, thank you.
The audience wasn't ready for it.
Yo, shout out to my pops.
There you go with the family help. You getting the family help.
Yo, my pops knows Mostly Gospel is genius. The audience wasn't ready for it.
Yes. So we didn't really realize at the time, but the benefit of Turn to Your Neighbor was it allowed us to create more community around the name of the show because the neighborhood, we called our listeners the neighbors. So that what are you gonna call the listeners if it's the show's Mostly Gospel? What are you gonna call them?
Oh, you're right. I wasn't thinking about branding. Branding.
The Lord was thinking about it because, like I said, it just kind of hit me. So
yeah,
I can't even say I came up with it.
Wasn't that Angela though? I thought it was Angela Harden.
Who did what? Came up with Neighbors?
Yeah, because what happened was there were a few rowdy listeners.
Audio just
it just cut out.
No, I can hear you. It's just like went crazy.
It's frazzled. Okay,
you good now? Go ahead.
There were a few rowdy neighbors, probably because I was yelling. A few rowdy neighbors who would come into the comments and not even listen to the show. They would just start talking to each other. One of them being Angela Harden, and she may have been the person to start calling everybody neighbors, and I think I just kind of jacked it from there. But I will take credit for it, though. There we go.
So I'm going to you know how in church they don't like people to name names because you forget somebody.
Right.
I don't care. I may forget somebody, but I want to shout out to the people who were like the OG neighbors, like the people who first liked and commented the first show. So Annie, my wife, Fitz Jacobs, Nicole Tillman, Becky Freeman, Christina Pearson, and Shauna Michelle Hackworth. I've never even heard of the name Shauna Michelle Hackworth. I don't know if
I don't know who that is.
If you remember, we did the first show. We used my old blog. We used the gospel blog.
Yes.
It's like called the gospel blog. So we used that Facebook page to do the first show. So Shauna could have been a gospel blog reader who
okay. See, what y'all don't know about Cliff. Cliff is a man of 25 businesses and LLCs. Cliff been doing LLCs before y'all do LLCs.
I have business ideas that I'll do a Facebook page for and
you
decide if I want to run with the idea later. But that's another thing.
Brother, I'm selling you here, brother. Work with me. I'm trying to get them to get the vision, man. Yes, sir. But yeah, hey, we appreciate who are some of the other OGs, man.
That was the 6 people that liked the first episode. The 6 people that liked, laughed, or reacted in some way. I'm trying to see the people. Are there any comments? Okay, so Lauren McCoy. On the first episode,
she got kids now.
Tracy Jackson put comments.
Yeah, she got grandkids now.
So we got Victoria Purify. Oh, you did have somebody who liked mostly gospel, and it was Victoria Purify.
Thank you, Miss Vicky. I appreciate you. She still got the best pound cake in the game. She makes wonderful pound cake.
Who was riding with you? Even at the time, your dad wasn't riding with mostly gospel. He didn't say nothing. Maybe he voted in the poll and just didn't say anything in the chat.
How many votes did mostly gospel get? That's the question.
I tried to look at the poll.
This is the funny part, right? So while I was in the same spot, that was like what, 2 states ago for you, or just 1 state ago?
States ago.
That was 2 states ago.
1 state ago.
Cliff has changed sides of the country, I think. But no. You were at least on the East Coast at that point in time.
Coast, yeah.
And a lot has changed over the time. But we are still here, and God is yet and still, amen, on the throne. Hallelujah.
All right. So a couple different directions we can go in. I do have we could talk about some of the names that we kind of kicked around. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to put a link in the chat. Let some of the neighbors jump in. If neighbors want to come on and say what's up, say whatever they want.
Right.
And if no neighbors come on, I got old videos that we could play and talk about. So I'm going to see if I can make this happen. And I did not go live on Instagram. How about we do that right now?
Okay. Hey, shout out to Adam Jackson for remember we were Totally Gospel was live on line 90.7 FM. Totally Gospel Radio, doing it big. The greatest thing about the radio show was one time, I don't know if it was before Cliff was there with me or whatever, because I did it during college too. But one time I fell asleep on the air.
That was before my time.
I fell asleep on the air because the radio show was on a Sunday. I started doing it when I was either in college or in graduate school, something, either which way. That Saturday, I stayed up a little too late. And then that Sunday, we had to be there. And I definitely, absolutely fell asleep 100% on the air. And then what happened was my mama got worried because the air just went dead. Because with radio, unless you are actively playing CDs, yes, we just had a ton of CDs around us. Some of y'all don't even know what CDs are. Unless we were playing CDs, the air just went dead. And so my mama started calling my cell phone and the phone. My dad was calling the phone at the station, and they eventually woke me up, and I put something back on the air. I put like a 6-minute song on. So it was, it happens sometimes. We have never fallen asleep on the air here. And I thank everyone for always making sure that we are up and energetic, even though some of you, I think, are humongous haters.
All right, so I invite any neighbor to join us online. I just pinned it in the chat on Facebook. I'm about to figure out how I can do it on YouTube.
Yep.
If you want to join, come on in, neighbors. If you want to,
see.
you don't got to be on forever. Just a quick 10 minutes or so. I mean, not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
I want to give while you're doing that, I want to give a shout out to a couple people. I want to give a shout out to some of the people who really like when we were doing this for the first time, when the first time around, they started pumping our heads up because they were watching us through YouTube and Facebook, like actually on their television, and they sent us pictures of us like on a big screen. Shout out to the Jackson family for doing that. They were like the first people to show us on the big screen, and I thought we were going somewhere. I was going to quit my job. We were taking off. Cliff was like, we did not discuss that, brother. I had our whole dreams and ideas. Shout out to, even though she was a hater, shout out Angela Hart, and she's always keeping the neighbors and the neighborhood up to date. I got to shout out. Hopefully, Kristen comes on and joins us. Kristen, is she coming? Kristen has been here since day one. Kristen was a teacher at the time. I think does she run a whole entire school district at this point?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, Kristen, like the growth over the years of the people who have been part of this show. Some of y'all done had kids since this show done started, and so it's just a beautiful thing. But we appreciate everybody, most definitely.
So you mentioned radio when we did the radio show. Crazy thing about radio, if you remember, when we did radio, I was the one that would say the out of pocket stuff. And you would like to play a safe guy. Like I would say stuff and just not care about who heard or whatever. Now it's kind of flip because you just say the craziest stuff. And
I don't say crazy stuff. I just have thoughts and ideas. And there's a whole group of people who would have never come on this show because I just don't agree with some of the stuff they do. But that's okay. That's a good shout out to Pastor Hampton too. He's not on here, but we gotta shout out Vernon Davis. Do you remember he used to call up when we had the radio show?
Yeah.
And he would do a character voice. What was his? It was, I don't know, Reverend such and such.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. It was fun times. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. So neighbors, if you want to jump on, I pinned the link in the chat on the Facebook. You can jump on just for 5 minutes. You don't got to stay the whole time. We don't expect you to stay the whole time. So if you want to jump on, you're welcome to come on. So of course, Angela mentioned, I was going to mention this. If we had the production, we would do a montage of you saying, "What are we doing, Cliff?"
What are we doing, Cliff? That's when I would get a little worried. Like there'd just be times I didn't know what direction we were going. And so Cliff started taking us down a path sometimes. I don't know how his algorithms found certain things based in and around the church, but I didn't know it existed. His algorithms found them, and he found the video for it.
And it would usually originate from African videos. For some reason, just doing research for the show, I come across our African brothers and sisters doing all kinds of stuff. So I found a video to just kind of represent all the African videos that we've always played on the show. This is one of the more tame ones of all of them. So some of them kind of get a little sexually explicit. This is not one of those. Because I knew you was gonna have a problem. This is not one of those. This is one of the more tame videos from Africa, but it is nasty. So I mean, like nasty, like not sexual nasty, just nasty to look at. Like, why would you do this to somebody? I want you to check this video out.
What are we doing, Cliff? We haven't gotten me fired yet.
There was a video of this preacher in Africa spitting on people. Remember? I don't know if you remember that. So here it is. Check this out. Now I don't know why what kind of anointing this is, why this brother chose to do this, but brothers people.
And so you see, and this is where what's his name? Mike Todd, what's his name? Pastor, the dude that spit in his brother's face on who's that pastor? The one that got a haircut on stage and then he spit in his brother's face.
It might have been Mike Todd, yeah.
Yeah, Mike Todd. This is where his inspiration came from.
That's nasty.
This is disgusting. Hey, man, here's the thing. Let me say this real quick.
Go
And
ahead.
I've been meaning to say this for years. I know that God moves in mysterious ways, but there's sometimes when y'all just got to use common sense, man. And this was just ain't nothing about this. Nobody should be spitting on you. That ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. He's not Jesus. Y'all had, and even Jesus wasn't spitting on people. He was spitting in the dirt, making mud. He wasn't hocking loogies on people. Like, y'all just gotta stop sometimes at the pulpit. If somebody hits you, hit them back and walk away. Like, that's not of God. We just gotta have common sense sometimes. And church. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't understand. So there is a comment here. Here we go. This one. So this kind of sums up what I've had to deal with over the last few years. I'm not sure in what context she said this, but this is still true. That's because Dre doesn't read the show notes.
That's true.
Yeah. So
That's
in case
true.
you haven't realized, after maybe the first month of the show,
Yeah.
Dre has no idea. Dre came in every show having no idea basically what we would cover.
Just firing guns.
Sometimes the general idea, because you would send me stuff that you want to talk about. Yeah.
Other
So
times,
you wouldn't be, if you would just read the document, you would know that you would know there'll be African videos in it.
It just let's get the real essence of the real shock as I watch it live. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to the essence, and that's what I wanted. You know, I was trying to bring the people what was real. That's all I was doing. I do everything I do for the people, for the neighbors.
Okay. So before we get into too much more crazy kind of stuff, during the life of the show, right now we having this hard times around the world, the issues in Western North Carolina, and stuff in Israel and Gaza, all that kind of stuff. The world is jacked up right now. In a lot of different ways. And during the life of the show, the whole George Floyd thing happened. If you remember. And for a while, people were looking to us for serious content regarding racial stuff. Oh, so we got two people coming in. So regarding racial recognition. So I'm gonna bring my sister in first before I get to that whole thing. Hello.
Oh, you gotta turn down your radio. You gotta turn down your radio. No. I hate when radio hosts just start yelling. Christian is scrambling right now. Does she have headphones in? Can she hear me?
Hey, can you hear us?
I'm trying to find the remote to do it. Hold on.
How about I remove you and you get it together? Okay, you get it together.
You see, it's not as easy as it looks, people. This takes skill.
All right,
Come on.
So I'm trying to see how long. Okay, so people were looking to us for serious commentary on the racial issues in this country, right?
Right.
And then we didn't give it to them. They got upset. Our Caucasian brothers and sisters.
They did.
Because let's be real, there was some guilt there. They wanted to do something. Mm-hmm. They wanted to be part of something. They wanted to know what could they do. So they looked to us to kind of help them figure out what to do with their racial reconciliation.
And truth be told, they wasn't even looking at us. They were looking at Dr. T. That's who they were looking to at the time for knowledge. And what's funny is, in real life, there is still someone I really don't bang with anymore because of this time in our lives. It's very interesting.
Chris, give me a thumbs up when you're ready, Chris. Okay. So I'm gonna bring Chris on. What's up? Now your mic is muted. You just got all kinds of.
This is so great. This is so great. I love watching this. Chris, okay, she's fired. She's fired. How's she gonna replace me? She can't even get the mic on, dog.
No. She don't know what she's doing. I can't. Oh, hold on, let me see if I can unmute you. I can't unmute you. Yeah, your mic.
Is your mic plugged in?
It's not connected. It's not connected. So I'm gonna bring you to shout out. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Because I mentioned the racial thing, and I got a video to play that we played during that time because life was messed up, right?
Right.
And so I'm gonna bring in Dr. T, and so she can tell us what's up.
T.
Live from the West Coast.
Live from the West Coast. How you doing?
Hey, y'all. Oh my gosh.
So
I'm
for some of you that
feeling
don't,
all the feels. This
getting
is
back to that.
crazy.
For some of you that don't know, there was about a year and a half or so. Dr. T was one of the hosts of the show, hung out with us.
Mhm.
I want to. So during that time when Ish was bad, right? This is before Dr. T joined the show. We brought in Pastor Hampton. We was like, let's get somebody here that's serious to kind of help people just deal with life, right?
How did that go?
If you remember that, you remember that, Jay?
Yo, I'm trying to remember.
We
No,
wanted,
okay,
yeah.
I do.
We were like,
I did.
it's just messed up. They need to hear from somebody, not us, that
Not us.
that actually knows the Lord. No, I'm joking.
Relationship.
So I want to play. So I'm going to play you off this video. Pastor Hampton is kind of just talking about what happened, what to do when life is messed up, when it's not going as you planned. How to handle it, how to deal with that. So it's only about a minute. So I'm gonna play this, and then just a moment in the show when we actually had a moment of seriousness in the show. So y'all check this out.
I'll try to remember this.
What do I say? I point number one to Joseph, that Joseph was unfairly sold into slavery by his brothers, and in that he still prospered. He still kept going in that, and at the latter part of his life, there's a scripture that says, "What you meant for evil, God turned it around and used it for good, and the saving of much souls."
Come
that even through this, there are people getting saved.
Mhm. Come on.
Even through this, there are people connecting with God. Every miracle in the Bible started out as a problem. Something was wrong. And then God intervened and turned it around and used it for his good. As crazy as it may sound, and I hate that Brother Floyd lost his life. I hate that. And I'm saddened by that, and I'm angered by that. But today on CNN, they had church.
Come on.
Today on MSNBC, they had church. Today on every news outlet, they stopped covering Trump for just a little bit. And
That's a good point.
Amen.
Yeah. And so God uses the bad things for our good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do I say? I point number one to Joseph, that Joseph was unfairly sold into slavery.
So yeah, we had a lot of Ish was bad. World was burning, was literally burning in a lot of places around this country, and so we wanted somebody who could, just kind of give the neighbor some hope, and Pastor Hampton did. So thank you, Pastor Hampton, for that.
And then along that journey, we found Dr. T, and Dr. T came on with this and became a regular to help us actually through those times, provide comedy and provide deep and introspective thoughts.
She's funny. She's very funny.
Then she became prime time and left us, but that's okay. I'm gonna let that whole thing go. The newly tenured Dr. T. Dr. T, how are you and how is life?
Oh my goodness, I'm so good. And I'm so glad that I was on Facebook and saw that this was going to be happening, because I'm not on Facebook that much. So I'm glad that I caught it. I am well. I'm well. Things are different here in a lot of different ways, but it's all good. Let me tell you. Here's something interesting about State College.
Okay.
It's a sort of a sticky place. You miss it when you leave. I'm shocked.
Okay.
I am shocked.
I'm shocked to hear you say that.
I am so shocked, but I find myself missing the convenience of no traffic. I find myself missing the simplicity of a small church community where everybody know everybody. I miss seeing people at the Wegmans. We ain't got no Wegmans. So yeah, a lot is different, but I miss y'all. I miss the neighbors. I'm so glad my schedule worked out where I could be here. you would think I live in a different country, how hard it is to keep in touch with people. A 3-hour time zone difference is serious. And most of my family doesn't remember or they don't care. So I get text messages at like 4:00 in the morning. People call me. I think there's an emergency. It's not. It's never an emergency.
I tried to be respectful of the time of when I texted you. I was trying to run. I got a couple people.
Respectful.
And so I was like, what's the time? So, okay. There she is. There she is.
So it's good to have Dr. T. Dr. T is going to hang out for us for a little bit, and we're going to bring back. I got a couple respectful.
And so I was like, what's the time? So, okay. There she is.
Listen, hello. Do you realize you're on air? No?
Turn your radio.
One more time. Do you realize you're on air?
What is happening, though?
I don't know. This is like this.
Dr. T.
Ready. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready and you like got yourself together. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Here we go.
I promise I'm ready this time.
There you go. Everybody, this is my sister Kristen.
Y'all can hear me, but I can't hear
you. Yeah. Okay. You can't hear us?
What's happening?
Yo, this is the way this should happen. Like this, like if technology was running too smoothly.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm about to say, I'm about to kick you off stage again. Let you work it out.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hello, Kristen. Thoughts, feelings surrounding this moment.
I'm sad.
Oh, okay. I wasn't ready for that. All right. Okay.
I love this show. I look forward to it on Tuesdays. You know, it's like a highlight for my week. I feel it makes me, in a weird way, we're close as siblings, but I feel more connected because we don't live in the same state. They left me all in Jersey by myself. So I feel like I get to see and hang out with my family once a week. It's really nice. And I do understand missing state college because I often miss state college.
Really?
Place like
it's
no
not
other.
Just me. I'm so glad it is not just me because I was worried about myself.
It's weird. Yeah.
And it's bizarre. Because I spent most of the time living there plotting my escape.
Yes.
I left and I was like, oh. No,
not to break up the state college reminisce, but there's a whole bunch of people that care less about.
They don't care about
guys. I was just trying to make a connection.
It's okay. It's all right.
But about the show, I love it here. I was here from the beginning. I feel like I was when it was a different Black Santa back there, the one that's on the door before was the big one. So yeah, I truly enjoy the show. I enjoy sending Clifton random videos that he already had ready for the show. You know, it's good.
And I appreciate some of them you would send me stuff I hadn't seen, so I appreciate it. All right, I want to play just a quick game since I got all us here and the neighbors. So like I said, we went through a lot of different ideas, me and Dre, for the show. So I'm going to say a name, and the two of you and the neighbors, I want y'all to guess that this idea come from me or Dre. All right, so I'm gonna give you this is honest to God, one of the names we kicked around for the show. So one of the suggestions was almost saved. Was that come from me or did that come from Dre? Almost saved.
Dre.
Clifton.
That's Cliff.
Neighbors. I let the chat catch up a little bit. Neighbors, type in the chat. Almost saved. Did that name come from me or come from Dre?
Why is my name getting thrown under the bus here repeatedly?
Yeah. Although Dre would be more like barely saved.
You see, the hate is still there.
That's the energy. That's the energy you give.
That's the aura I'm putting off.
That worked. That was the energy.
So I don't know who y'all think I am. Even my mother, good Lord, the name Almost Saved came from Dre.
Oh, sorry.
Brother, I have no way of verifying the veracity of these statements.
Oh goodness.
I have the text messages right here.
Oh, he
Oh,
using
okay,
multiple
okay.
heavy words.
Cliff
He
has
meant
all of the receipts.
I have
He
the text
really
messages
does.
right here.
Yo, if you have ever texted Cliff anything,
Ridiculous.
watch out.
Yes.
He still got it, and we'll air it publicly.
Yeah. I gotta read the notes from now on because I didn't know this is part of the show.
We'll do one more for this segment. One more name. Did this name come from me or did it come from Dre? The choir stand.
No,
That's you. You
Mhm.
churchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you churchy. That's
That come from me or that come from Dre?
That's 100% you.
We're church kids. We have strong choir stand memories.
Yeah.
Sacraments, avoiding
That's
our mother,
true.
avoiding eye contact with mother.
Remember, I went to a non-denominational church, so I went to churches that had choir stands. Like I've been in churches with choir stands. That wasn't how I grew up. So that was 2,000,000%. You know what I'm saying?
The choir stand is a name that came from me. It's one of my suggestions.
Had to be.
Had to be.
Before turning to your neighbor.
And as a big boy, I hated choir stands because the choir stands was even tighter than the church pews. When you tried to get up in them boys and sit in there. I never did like the choir. This is a total aside that I had to bring up and get off my chest. I feel better now.
So literally, if I can show y'all my text messages.
Accessibility is crazy.
Seriously.
Literally, I texted you the choir stand, and then God was like, "Nah, I'll play here." And then, like two or three messages later, I sent you Turn to Your Neighbor.
Okay, I like that. Evolution. We got there over time, and I appreciate the fact that from day one we had involvement and buy-in from the people who are listening. Whether it was 6 people, whether we got to up to times of 22, 23 people on the live stream. And I appreciate y'all sending us clips. People have been sending us clips during this break, and I felt bad. I was like, "Oh, we've got to talk. We ain't got to talk." And so, but they were sending us. Shout out to Mac. Mac is faithful in sending in clips. I know Kristen is as well. So everybody who was faithful in sending in clips and being involved and not just watching, we appreciate you.
So I want to go down memory lane again. So one of the funnier videos, we get all these, speaking of videos, we got all these videos. You're like, what the heck is this person doing? Do you remember, did any of y'all remember Sis with Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Was she, West Side Girl. Yes, I remember her.
Nyla said, "Oh my God, I'm acting like my daddy right now, so it's okay." Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, he's on attack, trying to surmise you, trying to demise you. But you got to know who the enemy is. It's that did a whack. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, yeah, he's on attack. Give me a bass line. Trying to surmise you, trying to demise you. But you've got to know who the enemy is. Yeah. Let me sing through it. Them musicians pick that.
Stevie Wonder couldn't pick that up.
Get away. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Yeah. He's on the attack. Trying to surmise you, trying to demise you, but you got to know who the enemy is. Yeah, as a roar is dying, screaming aloud in your mind. You
yes, yeah, we're good.
So, and if you remember, we all kind of said a prayer for this sister right here.
Yes.
She looked like she was being held there against her will.
Yes, the sister in the gene code. Here's the thing: have we ever determined that was her child, like, or some type of a niece or something that was told, "You better stand here. You better stand here and be a part of this," because she knew she couldn't go sit down. She wanted to go sit down.
Whoever it is needed our prayer.
Seriously.
Yeah.
If you remember, she did a music video.
She made a music video. Yep. I was wondering if you go bring that up. That sis, she got slammed on the internet for that, and then she went and made a music video.
Yes, I have it in my computer.
Here's my question. Here's my
Wow.
question about all this.
Wow.
One oil.
What was she? What one oil? That's not oil. You don't get no oil off of that.
Yeah, because if that's her daughter, it's because the daughter was rocking out with her. That's why.
She
I want to
put
know.
on her good outfit too. She had the jewels.
The hair is
She
lit.
did.
Regal / Mr. T, Miss T. She had her nails did. She had her hair did. Like she planned.
She was ready.
Mhm.
Exactly.
The
Mhm.
pony
You
is
gotta give her
tailing.
one oil for like the
Yes.
gumption.
The pony
know?
is tailing. She deserves one oil. Look at that pony
Yeah.
go.
The pony is killing. Here's the question. I want to know what it sounded like in her head. You understand what I'm saying? Like she had a vision and a belief inside of here, and it wasn't coming out. She's like, musicians, y'all hold me. Just hold on. She had to wave them back. And because she had something that she wanted to get out of her spirit. I don't know what it was. I don't think she knows what it was.
She
But
thinks
God bless her.
She thinks she's dropping fire.
Hot fire.
Hot fire.
Hot
This
fire.
is
She
why
knew it.
musicians need to be paid more. Because having to hold in that laughter throughout a whole service, pay these people. Pay these people. Pay them.
Yes, 100%. If you would have paid them better, this video never would have hit the internet.
Okay? Because you know they work with the sound man. Pay these
Yep.
people.
All right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I want to keep the spirit of the show. You know, we talked about food a lot on the show.
Yes. I'm hungry right now.
So I want to do something a little. We haven't done this particular little game I'm about to do. We haven't done this particular one ever, but we're gonna do it right now. And since there's 4 of us here, we haven't done this ever. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show y'all something. So I got 4 restaurants here for audio listeners: Olive Garden, Texas Roadhouse, Red Lobster, Outback. Okay. The thing is, all right, this is now. I want you all to imagine yourself in your prime, not old and I can't eat this, I can't eat that. In your prime when you ate anything you wanted, whatever. Okay. So you in your prime, neighbors. You're in your prime. You can only go to one restaurant after church for the rest of your life. You got to choose one. Are you choosing Olive Garden, Red Lobster, Texas Roadhouse, or Outback? And these are your only choices. We're not doing buffets. We're not doing Cheesecake Factory. You have to choose one of these. I know Cheesecake Factory slaps, and I know the buffet
What about Ponderosa? Yeah.
I know Ponderosa. You can only choose these. Ponderosa, man, they're not barely business. These are all viable.
I loved Ponderosa.
Basically, these are the top 10 most popular. These are the top 10 most popular chain restaurants. You can only choose one, and now you in your primes. Don't I want to hear nobody in the chat talking about I can't eat that no more. I'm more. No, you in your prime when you ate everything. You didn't care.
Right.
Didn't care. Pick one.
So this is very obvious. First of all, this comes down to a battle of the rolls.
Absolutely.
Rolls versus biscuits. Do you want Cheddar Bay biscuits the rest of your life?
Outback is bread.
Or do you want? I'm not even counting Outback.
Outback is so overrated. Outback is like
it's either Red Lobster or Texas.
Several
because
people have chosen Outback.
Well, y'all need to do better.
I'm sorry, Outback is overrated. I'm sorry.
Keep the blooming onion to yourself. You can get it somewhere else.
Yes, and so myself, it's a Cheddar Bay biscuit for life, and so I'm going to have to rock with Red Lobster and get a little seafood. I can switch from the seafood pizza to the all-you-can-eat shrimps. I've never actually had a lobster at Red Lobster. Now that I think about it, but this is where I would have been. Red Lobster, 100%.
Used to be able to pick it out the tank. They don't do that anymore.
I don't know.
They're struggling though. The Red Lobsters are starting to close.
No, the Black CEO, he took them out of bankruptcy.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, he said, now wait a minute here.
don't be serious. Ladies, which one? Where are you going?
For me, the choice is easy. It's Texas Roadhouse.
Really?
Because, as a carbaholic, as a bread connoisseur, the bread to butter marriage that happens at Texas Roadhouse is second to none.
True.
I can get that those Red Lobster biscuits down to the Sam's Club in a box.
That's true. Now you can
Like,
Texas
the
Roadhouse.
things that I like inside. Because what if it ain't cheddar? What if I want the unexpected cheddar from Trader Joe's inside my Cheddar Bay biscuit? See?
Okay. Oh, you switching it up.
And I'm gonna throw this out there. We're assuming that the whole menu is available to you, even stuff that's been discontinued is available to you.
Yes, Texas Roadhouse,
Texas
hands
Roadhouse.
down, because I am a carboholic. Their bread is delicious. It gives the
It's
yeasty
giving
flavor
yeasty.
I love. And the butter is second to none. They now sell the butter in like Walmart in a tub.
And if I want seafood, I'll just get the
rolls
Texas
as well.
If I want seafood, I'll just get the Texas Roadhouse catfish.
That's it.
With the Creole sauce.
Dr. T, which direction are you going?
Really unpopular choice here. I see. I'm going with Olive Garden. Olive Garden is and not because of the bread. I'm going with Olive Garden because of the vast array of things that I feel like I can get. And I really like Italian food. So I'm going with Olive Garden, and the tour of Italy is what I'm getting, which is chicken farm and lasagna and something else. But
you got remember, you got to eat this every Sunday for the rest of your life after church.
I'm so disappointed.
Dr. T,
I'm going with Olive Garden. I'm also thinking about when I lived where I had access to all these places. They don't have a lot of chains where I live now. So I don't really go to these places. Olive Garden would have been my choice.
Okay.
Or a restaurant that isn't here. The restaurant where we were supposed to do our live recording and we had a whole
thing set up.
Whole business idea.
Show or something. Good Lord, okay, so we don't go down that rabbit hole and do a whole show on some imaginary thing.
Yes. I can't do. Okay, never mind.
So Pastor Hampton says, while I respect your opinions, this is a big boy combo. Ultimate feast with Walt's favorite shrimp.
100%
Red Lobster, right?
Yes, yeah. This is a big boy convo. And the big boys have stepped in the room, and we let you know it's Red Lobster. Now, to all my carboholics and friends out there, you can get both the butter and the Texas Roadhouse rolls at Walmart now. Just want you to know that. Yep, they're selling them, the butter and the rolls. Yes.
I feel like when you do Texas Roadhouse, you get a little bit of bang for your buck, because if you go to a good Texas Roadhouse, you get a little show. So it's like dinner and a show.
Okay.
Times are hard. So.
You see, I was thinking
you mean
they do like a little hold down dance, like literally like every hour or so. They like do a line dance.
Wow.
What's funny is I was thinking completely different thing when you thought bang for the buck. This is where my fat boy brain went. I was thinking about bang for the buck. You just eat your fill of yeast rolls and you just take your whole meal home with you. So it's like 2 in 1. It's like 2 meals in 1. That's what I thought. That's the direction I thought you were going.
Brunch is the rolls.
Yes.
See if they got a little honey back there or something, and then you go home and you have. There you go.
Yeah, the meal.
Okay. I got one more video before we let y'all go. So we've played in the history of the show. We played people preaching or trying to preach, that kind of deal. But I don't think any have been funnier than the brother that was preaching and got caught by his dad. When I show you the video, you don't remember. Here we go.
You brought me from a mighty long way. Lord, I thank you for being my help.
You need to get that garbage out of your room. You need to get that shit off the floor. And then wash that uniform. You need to go in there and take you a bath. That's what you need to do.
You
I'm gonna play it one more time. I'll play it one more time.
Parental guidance. This is the unedited version. I'm sorry.
I forgot my man.
Yep. The shit off the floor and then wash that uniform. You need to go in there and take you a bath.
That's what you need to do. You need to go in there and take it. This brother thought he was bringing a fire word to his dad. Like, player, you got some chores. You got chores to do, brother.
That man felt his help coming.
Take a bath.
We made up a whole story about this guy's life. I remember.
Yes.
We made up a
Yes, we did.
whole story. We understood his motivations,
Yes.
his anxieties, his hopes. Like, yeah, this was
It's
rough.
it is the
Somebody tell you to take a bath.
it is still the emasculating nature of this whole thing. Like he's just, if you see him, he's in his fullness as a man of God. And there's 2 knocks at the door and it all disappears. He is a grown behind man with a beard whose daddy told him to take a bath. Like, I can understand wanting you to stop yelling. I can understand wanting you to take the trash out. He said, and you need to take a bath. That's what you need to do. If you as a grown man have your father or whoever this is tell you that your hygiene is off, that's the most emasculating thing. And you look at him. He looks like a beat puppy. Look at his face. It's not funny. I shouldn't laugh. I have real tears in my eyes. I hope this brother's okay in life.
You still posted it.
Yo, that's his fault. That's right. That's his fault.
That's true. He did that. Well, maybe he was live.
Okay.
And somebody recorded the live. I don't know.
We need to go back to dial-up internet, where you had a lot of time to think and process.
To think about it
before you put stuff out there. Just
Let me-
into the interwebs forever and ever. It's like, come on.
Let me cover this too.
All right.
This is what I loved about Dr. T. There was another Dr. T that came along with her, and he was in the audience. And one of the things I loved about Chris Townsend, still love about him.
That's true. Yeah, he
would fact check. He would research, and he would add comedy. There's only 2 people that do that. It's Dr. T and Derek James. They would sit there and add research and comedy by bringing some facts to it. So thank you, Brother Townsend, for just
he dropped his at in the chat too. In a YouTube chat, he dropped his at. Wow.
So if y'all want to check in on this brother, Dr. T has done the research. Yo, his search game is so quick. He's on delay, and he still got us all this information that quickly. Shout out.
Do I even want to go down the rabbit hole of looking up? Yes, I do.
Look at this dude. He says he's a social media influencer, founder and CEO of Gospel Artist Entertainment.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Y'all should have had him on the show today.
Previous to Dr. Townsend, I didn't know.
I didn't know his name.
I thought that Aldrin McClure up top was the person who captured the video. I didn't know that was the actual dude. And so guess what? I no longer feel bad for him because he decided to post his own emasculating situation for the world to laugh at. And so hopefully he made all the money he needed off of it.
He said there was a check to be made. He wanted offering. Yeah.
And I hope he takes his showers now without his daddy having to tell him to. Like,
and before he puts on a 3-piece suit.
I don't think this is the same guy.
You know that white shirt probably had all those brown stains, the browning and yellow, with the armpits, and
I don't think this is the same guy.
Wash out the stain.
I'm looking at this Aldrin McClure account. I don't think it's the same guy.
I think Aldrin McClure's a real guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
I don't think it's that dude. But anyway.
This brother here, I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. Like, I mean that sincerely. Another grown man having to tell you to take your hygiene. And what's funny about the whole clip, this dude respected so little the God and his son that he came in there cussing. He came like, you know what? You gonna clean this boob up and you gonna get this out of here. You gonna take your funky behind and go take a shower. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna cut this message off. And that was it. Oh my goodness.
All right. Right, exactly. That's what we had discussed. It wasn't the first time he had said it. They had a whole conversation about what needed to happen. If you're living up in my house at 20 years old, here's what you got to do. That's what it was.
Okay.
He definitely said, not tonight. We're not doing this again. You keep yelling in my house. I'm trying to get the game is on. Your mother's trying to rest. Hey, here's what you're going to do.
Shut up all that noise.
Crazy. All right, Chris,
Oh.
Dr. T, thank you so much for joining us. Anything you want to say before you get out of here, Dr. T? Thank you so much for being part of the show for almost over a year and bringing flavor. We appreciate it. It was great having you.
Appreciate it. It was my pleasure. And hey, neighbors, bye, neighbors.
Chris,
Dr. T,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Dr. T, before you leave, I mean this sincerely. Thank you for the time you were here, and when you were here, you were needed. And because it was a tough time in everything we were doing.
It was rough, yeah.
And you gave us.
All sort of got cursed out after my first show.
Yes, we did. We did.
Direct messages, yeah.
But you gave context to things. You gave additional opinions that were needed, and you gave engagement. And just thank you for being you and being willing to be you in that space and that time. So thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I hope that y'all felt like this labor of love was worth it. Like you built a whole community of people that came every week to laugh and crack jokes and lighten their week. And we're not quite in the middle of the week, but lighten their week. And you brought some joy to us all. So I hope that you felt that love back from us in the comments, and that it continues. You could come back for a little special episode every now and again. Surprise y'all. We would love that.
I'm gonna comment on that before we get off. Thank you.
Kristen, also thank you as well. When there were only literally 5 or 6 people in the audience, your presence is consistent. That hey y'all, when you were busy and you couldn't make it, it was missed. And so thank you, and thank you for being one of the neighbors, and we appreciate you too. Thank you. Women had a very big part in this show.
Yeah,
and they still do.
They did. Yeah, our first couple of listeners was Fitz and some women. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thanks, Chris. All right, couple things I want to just cover before we roll and wrap this thing up. So if you remember, there was TTYing with Kristen and Dr. T.
Just putting stuff out there.
I had wrangling them, Andrew, with their schedules.
That's true.
You're creating more work for me, Mac. All right, so one of the earlier videos of somebody who ended up going viral, and we showed the video. It didn't go viral because of us, but I want to play this for you. This is a trip down memory lane because we got a lot of laughs from this brother. This brother is still doing stuff online. You remember my man Mike Servin? I'm gonna play the video. I'm sure you're gonna know who this is as soon as I play it. But check this out.
That's my guy.
Salvation as your helmet.
Remember this?
And take the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Jesus Christ. The arm. The arm of God. Jesus Christ. He loves you, God. He fought for God.
He fought for God.
Jesus Christ. Belt of truth. Jesus Christ. He fought for. We love you, God. Chestplate. Jesus Christ. Righteousness.
Oh man.
We love you, God.
We love you, God.
We love you, God.
Truth of peace. Stomping on the enemy.
Popping on the enemy.
Jesus Christ, we love you, God. And we do it. Shield. Jesus Christ. Of faith.
Oh, so that's our man.
Oh my God.
It's still going. It's still 50 more seconds of this, but I'm gonna cut it. So this is our man Mike Servin. And I can tell you, this brother, what he's doing right now, he lives this. This is him.
Yo, it's funny, right? Because we often joke about the things the way we see people expressing their love for God. Like that's large part of the show. We joke and we laugh at it. This brother was being so genuine. Like,
oh yeah, this is who he is. Like it wasn't an act. This is his life.
Like, there's no other way to come up with. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little gangster, put some popping and locking on top of it, and shout the name of God. Unless that's just really what you live in your life. There's no other way to live that. And the fact that my man, if you go play that back, my man obviously had a hardcore day job because he worked so hard. The steel toe in his steel toe Timbs is showing through the front. I never noticed that all these years until now. But he said, guess what? No matter what, if there's holes in the front of my Timbs, I'm going to praise my Lord and Savior. Those might have been Wolverines too, as I look at them, by the way, but go ahead.
So this guy, in case anybody know, his name is Mike Servin. Last name is spelled Servin, and you can follow him on YouTube. Well, not YouTube, on Instagram and Facebook. And his brother is like he lives this. He like helps homeless people.
He has a ministry.
He has a ministry. He's married now. He wasn't married at the time. He's married now.
Oh, Jesus Christ! God got married.
Jesus Christ got him a woman.
Yo, that's Jesus Christ. Only Jesus. Yo, shout out. Yo, Ted Watson, definitely 10 oils for this brother. All the oils for it because it's so real in his spirit. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so so we know now. We told the neighbors it's going to be the last show, but I am proposing
right
that there's 2 instances.
Yes.
That we come back. There's 2 things. If one or both of these 2 things happen the rest of this calendar year, I suggest we come back.
Yes.
You're just saying yes. You don't know what they are, so you agreeing already?
I was listening. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Number 1.
Yes.
The untimely death of, God forbid, of a gospel or black Christian icon. And you can insert whoever you want, but if someone untimely passes away, we got to come back.
Or timely. Or timely.
Or timely.
Me and you were talking about a specific performer before we got on the show.
Exactly.
And that person passed away. We're doing a show.
I'm gonna be in the corner for a while first. You got to pull me out.
We're gonna cry through it, but we're gonna get there.
Yeah. So yeah, because I think we have created a space where the neighbors like to come, where we all come and congregate and have discussion. Well, we have discussion and they comment and act fool and then go off the rails. But you know that.
I agree with that.
That's the first thing. The second thing.
Yes.
If and or when those Diddy videos come out, and if someone in our culture,
what are we doing?
Christian culture is in them videos, we got to come talk about it.
Oh,
we got to come talk about it. We got to. Neighbors, am I right? If someone is in them Diddy videos.
Oh, Cliff, you are. What are we doing, Cliff?
We gotta come. We owe it to the neighbors. We abruptly cancel the show. We owe them that. Like I said, neighbors tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, put it in the chat, neighbors. We owe it to them to have this discussion, to come and talk about it. See, neighbors wanna do it.
With everything that's going on. If one of our people pops up in these videos, I guess we're going goodness.
See, I'm not trying to out nobody. I'm just saying I don't know who.
This is what I will do it if Dr. T agrees to come on the air because she will be a buffer in our craziness and add some levity.
I'm just saying if there's someone from the church culture, someone from the black church in the videos, because there's been people that have been alleged. But there's evidence and proof. And we haven't really talked about it, even though it's been alleged. We haven't really talked about that much before because stuff came out before we went for summer break. If there's proof, we got to talk about it. So if somebody really was swallowed.
Yo, Cliff, you see, it's always one step too far with you.
We gotta come back. We owe it to the neighbors. We gotta make time, whatever it is. We gotta make time to do it.
Brother, if that man ends up on those videos, I'm gonna lose my mind.
So those are the only 2 instances I can think of to say we should definitely come back. Anything else, that's it. Because over the summer, pastors have stepped down because of inappropriate, inappropriate interaction. It was names that are kind of big, but I think the neighbors would super care. But it's, like I said, untimely passing of an icon. Somebody from the culture is in them Diddy videos. We got to come back and talk about it.
Yeah. Icon, definitely. We're gonna come on. We gotta come on and pay the respect. If your last name is Caesar, Winans, or Hammond, we gonna definitely come back on this air. Yeah, man. If one of our people end up in them videos,
we got to have it.
My goodness, Cliff, that might have to be like a Saturday show though, or a day where I got more time.
Okay.
Because Tuesday, we might have to. Oh Lord, have mercy. Cliff, why would you do that? You
Why would I
messed
do what?
Well, you messed up my night. I didn't even think about it. I honestly didn't even think about that. But yeah. Yo,
Right.
Hezekiah was rocking with him hard. Oh.
All I'm saying is, see, you naming names. I didn't come here to name names. I just said if somebody from the culture. You are now naming names, so you're being the messy.
No.
You're being the messy one.
There's so many people.
I wasn't trying to think about who's in his Rolodex.
There's so many. Cliff, this could be bad.
If they not in the videos, then we ain't got nothing to talk about.
Oh,
okay. I mean, if it's random, rapper or whatever, we ain't got nothing to talk about. But if it's somebody from our culture, Black Christian, Black church, we got to talk about it.
We got to talk about it. All right, I agree to it. I need Dr. T on the air with us. We gotta figure out time to get Dr. T with us on the air for larger context, because she does have a certain level of connection to the with her pops being a pastor and all that. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Cliff, you messed up my whole night.
One more trip down memory lane from the first episode we ever did. We usually end each show with you doing a rant. So I thought I would share with you and neighbors part of your first, I think it was the first ever rant. Nobody else is gonna know that reference, but it's all right. It's all right.
Nobody under the age of 35, but go ahead.
Now, this is the time where I'm just gonna hand you the mic and let you we call this Dre's rant. So every now and then my brother has something he needs to get off his chest. And now is that time. Go for it, brother.
Let me just take a sip. All right. We just came off of Easter Sunday. Happy Resurrection Sunday to everybody. Well, post-Resurrection Sunday to everybody. He is risen. He's been risen. I hope y'all celebrated well. There are just I'm a deacon at my church, and so and our role as deacons in my church, we are responsible for getting everybody in the building. We have to make sure that everybody has chairs and enough seats. And Easter Sunday this is maybe blasphemous. And this is the worst Sunday of the year for me. It really is. It's really Christmas. When Christmas falls on Sunday, because everybody and their mother want to come out, and that's good. Come to the house. But the problem is people don't know rules and protocol. There are a lot of things that people out here doing that just don't make no sense. And some of this just common sense. I'm going to just hit you with a few things. Some basic things. Let's look about this. If you show up to service a half hour late, okay, you can't be mad that you don't have the prime seating that you want. You can't be mad at that. And then if you come to service a half hour late, have trouble finding the seat that you want, and then you leave, you was there for the wrong reasons in any case.
Truth.
Happy with a seat in the back in the overflow section. That means you was there to be seen and not really trying to get this blessing. So I'm gonna just have that. You got something to say on that?
I was gonna say, if you show up to service a half hour late on Easter and expect to get a seat, that's courage.
Right.
That's
right.
That's courage.
Like, come on, man. And then you can't have the audacity to be mad that you can't get a seat beside your friend.
So there you go. That was part of it. You had multiple parts to this rant. This goes on for another let me see. There's another 4 minutes in this, but we have to play.
This ain't nothing but bars I'm spitting right here. This is my best rant ever, son.
Your best rant ever.
We do need an editor, because I need to go back and see all my rants. We need to pay somebody for this.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness. That was nothing but bars.
So do you have a final rant for the people?
I do not have a final rant for the people. Let me take this moment to be sincere.
Okay.
And to say thank you. I want to say a sincere thank you to all of you who have come on this journey with us. And this may not be the end. It's just a pause for myself. To be 100% honest, Cliff has driven this in so many different ways. He is the executive producer. He is the man who has put in the most effort. I would just come on and yell. And so I have asked and encouraged Cliff. I said, hey, brother, this is what you do. You're blessed at this. Find somebody else, keep going. But I want to say for this time, thank you to Cliff. Thank you to everyone for going on this journey with us, for having fun, for truly developing that sense of camaraderie, for making my stomach churn every Tuesday because I wasn't sure if this was going to be the Tuesday that got me fired. And nobody ever did. Nobody snitched. And so I appreciate that. But thank you to everyone for being part of our extended TTYN family. To my man, Cliff, brother, I appreciate you so much.
That made me cry, man.
Your vision is real and sincere. God has blessed you in many ways to be able to see things, and you have ideas. And brother, I know things, it can be up and down. It can be tough sometimes. Never let the world, the devil, anything stomp that vision out, stomp that fire and that drive out. He has blessed you with the ideas, and he's given you giftings. And so I truly play blessings over you, for you to be able to continue to seed into those things and to walk into what God has for you. I mean that wholly and sincerely. I love you as a brother, and I thank you for letting me come on this journey with you. I mean that. To everybody out there, man, thank y'all so much. This is fun. Even though I just sit here and yell sometimes and say, Cliff, what are you doing? I thank y'all for doing this with us and for coming on this journey with us. And so I apologize for being a party pooper and walking away. If you ever knew me in real life, you know, around about a certain time, I'm going to just cut out because I'm sleepy. I get tired. And so it's just one of those things right now. I need to redo some things in my life and make sure I get my children and my family across certain goal lines. And who knows, once I get my lovely babies out my house, maybe things can go back to a different way. But I appreciate y'all in this time being. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you, brother. I received that. So I'm gonna say this, neighbors. Yes, there is an after credit. There is one more after credit video.
Oh, here we
go. We gotta get the people what they want. And
no, don't.
And I can tell you, I'm telling you right now, Warden, it is highly inappropriate.
No, I can't do this.
It is highly inappropriate.
No.
We played it on the show before. I'm not playing nothing that ain't been on the show in the past.
Brother, I have had turned over stomach before. What I should have read the notes.
It is highly, it's not, I didn't even do notes for today's show. It's highly inappropriate. All right, so man, this was your idea. I mean, I can't doing this show. I can't take credit for it. Like I got the text proof. You reached out to me first and said we should do this. And well, I mean, when somebody gives me an idea and if I know how to execute it, you give it to me, I'll run with it like I did with this. But this came from you, so thank you for like saying, yeah, man, let's run this back. Because and you took me, you quote unquote took me in on the radio at a time where I needed something to do, and so. I appreciate that, man, and
most definitely.
I appreciate our friendship, and we're gonna be brothers long before this, long after this show,
right?
This show ends or fades away, or takes an extended break,
right?
Whatever. Neighbors, I want to say, every Tuesday I hit the live button, and I have no idea if it's just gonna be me and Dre, or if it's gonna be 20 other people. And so I want to thank all of you for just hanging with us and rocking with us. Thank you for everybody who sends me videos to give me content for the show. Even sometimes I already have it, sometimes I didn't. But even if I had it already, you kind of reaffirmed that I think this is funny, and you affirm, yeah, this is funny. You should put it on the show. So I thank you so much, all of you. And I'm not even gonna name names because tons of people love my inbox, but thank you all. You know who you are, who send me stuff and return to your neighbor inbox, my personal inbox, on TikTok, on Facebook, on whatever. Thank you so much. Shout out to the people that do not know us personally and have watched this show religiously. Thank you. Because I mean, you got no reason to be watching. I mean, of course, we're entertaining, but like there are people who do never met us in real life that watch. And so thank you to all you people. This has been a fun ride, and I'm not sure if it's going to continue. Well, if somebody dies unexpectedly, or if the Diddy tapes come out, the ride will continue. But it's been so cool to like have a community of people that kind of see things, see life the way we don't take life too seriously. You love Jesus, but you're
Right.
not gonna take life too seriously. Like you love Jesus, but you know how to laugh. So it's been cool to have people that understand that. That because the world is messed up, and so it's been work sometimes putting this together, but it's been worth it. It's definitely been worth it. And first I thought I was gonna miss it, but doing the show prep for today, I was like, man, I missed it. I didn't do video.
Yeah.
Download video and dealing with software and all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Hey, and thank you to my wife for being consistently who she is. I did ask her to come on today. She looked at me like she literally said, "Do I need to answer you now? Let me think about it and get back to you." And she just let it go. And so thank you to my wife for providing me room and allowing me to just disappear at 9:00 every Tuesday and run down to the basement and make a lot of noise. And I hope I didn't keep my children up too loudly during these times. But thank you for allowing us to be able to do that.
We were going to do the whole, TV show thing. And last episode, the hosts bring out their families and all the other kind of stuff. But for different reasons, neither one of our wives could make it. So I do want to thank my wife, Annie, who has been my support since 2018 when we first had this idea. Definitely can I make her how to? Yeah, I was going to do that. Destiny S, whoever you are, I'm assuming sister. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For those listening, Destiny said, I don't know y'all, but I've been in the replay game for 2 years.
Thank you,
Destiny.
I appreciate it. And to let me say this one to all our ghost watchers out there. There's a few people who never wanted to be publicly associated with the show.
Watchers, I like to call them.
What we call them again?
I call them the shame watchers.
Yes. You would watch us in shame through the folks who would whisper or send a DM saying, "Hey, I saw the show," but they would never anywhere pop up on anything. We appreciate y'all too. I didn't think we were that bad, but depending upon what this last Cliff, let's talk about this. Do we want to go out in this way with this last clip?
Absolutely, I do. Because why not?
Because why not? I still need a job. That's why.
I'll turn you off, Cameron.
Okay. We've come so far, Cliff.
This has been everything I showed you that we showed in the past, and I tried to find. Hey, this was going to represent the African delegation. This last video, but I was like, no, this is too much for the main show, and
Yo, that's crazy. We need more people to sign off, please. Hey, real quick, shout out Black Santa Gang. I appreciate y'all. So people, let me give background context real quick. I just love Santa and I love Christmas. And at the very beginning, I have this Santa sitting on my door year round. I guess one time I kept the door open or something. I don't know how y'all saw it. And then I tried to shut the door one time and they just said no. And so this Santa on the door right here, and it was noticed that I shut the door. So it's been Black Santa Gang since then. So BSG in the building. We appreciate you. Black Santa Gang, all that good stuff. Yeah, Birdman.
Okay. Seriously though, some of y'all come in here every Tuesday to hang with us. And even if you don't come on Tuesday, you watch on demand, or if you usually hang out on Tuesday but you miss a live show, you still go back and watch. Like, thank you. I can't say it enough. Thank you. Okay, so full this video is highly inappropriate. Like highly inappropriate.
Why do we gotta?
I'm not even gonna play all. I'm gonna play a portion of it because man, this part of the show, part of the interesting thing about the show is that like church looks so much different for everybody, like around the world, right? And one thing I learned from this show, like doing this show, and what people pass off as spiritual in church in America would never. I mean, well, other countries would never fly in America at all,
right?
You know, like it's like it's like HBO after 10 o'clock kind of stuff that flies in other churches that this would not fly in America. So I'm gonna play for y'all this video. Again, this is the last warning. Highly inappropriate. This is the barely saved part of the show. Yes, This is like super inappropriate. I'm giving y'all all kinds of warnings.
Oh my goodness.
But I owe it to the faithful neighbors that enjoy after credits. So we got to
After credits, yes.
we didn't even do credits. I could put up the credits, but it don't make no point because there's no more show. But just for a marker for people who watch it on demand.
Yeah. For marker.
For a marker. So we used to do this show every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, but we won't anymore. But the Facebook page and the YouTube page will always be in existence. TerritoryNeighbor.com, and I'm not sure how much left on the ISP, how much, but it'll stay up for a while.
Send them. Yo, the neighborhood is out of control.
So you've been fair warned. This is highly inappropriate. Okay. So this next video, right?
Wait, for the last time, allow me to say this. What are we doing, Cliff? What are we doing?
This next video, I'm trying to think of the context because these people are not speaking English. If I recall correctly, this is some kind of a minister doing something with women.
What?
I'm just going to play the video. It's highly inappropriate. You've been warned 50 times. You've all been warned 50 times. This video is highly inappropriate.
So drop me out, Cliff. Drop me out, Cliff.
Okay, I will drop you out. I'll remove you from this video is highly inappropriate. But this minister is this is an actual minister. He's doing some kind of demonstration with this woman. I'm going to pause it right here because, like I said, you can use your imagination to kind of figure out what happens after that. This is, like I said, see, Tamika remembers this. Thank you. This was an actual minister in some African country doing some kind of demonstration in the name of ministry. But this is what happens in other countries. See, I paused it for you, Dre. I paused it for you.
Are you
okay?
I appreciate that. We're not going to play anymore.
Oh, I can play the rest if you want.
No, you're good. You're good. This is good right here. This is good. Just this is good.
That's Sean Combs.
See? You see? This is what happens. Oh my Lord. Well, once again, to all my brothers and sisters out there, you need to let common sense reign. At some point in time, this ain't got nothing to do with Jesus. And this got nothing to do with blessings.
Says us. Who knows? But you know what? You know what? Last show. Here you go, neighbors. You get to watch the whole video. There you go. He's only going. See, he's giving demonstrations, showing the people because it's all about the proper technique, apparently. And apparently, in his ministry, you got to have the right technique. And so there you go. And okay, brother, now you're getting enjoying it too much. All right.
Yo, what are we doing, Cliff?
Hey, if this don't make you want to join the ministry and wherever he is, I don't know what will.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. All right. Well,
okay.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what the fear is right here. 7, we go from anointing oils to baby oils. Thank you, Mac. Yo, shout out to Mac Miggity, man. I appreciate your consistent. Mac's job was to be the first person in every Tuesday.
His job?
That's what it was. He showed up every Tuesday with energy. Mac always has some type of drink in his hand. Some week it was a cognac. You know what I'm saying? Some week it was some type of mixed drink. That brother had just prepared some wonderful steak and some wonderful dinner. And he would sit down and just come eat with us. And so, Mac is a wild boy. There have been more times on this show where I've said, did you read what Mac just put in? I'm not putting that on the screen.
Anytime.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Devin. Just thank you, everybody. Steve, I appreciate all y'all. We appreciate all y'all, most definitely.
All right, neighbors. It is that time now. So until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace.